What's going on, guys? I just got back from a regional. I want to give you my deck list. I got top 8. I ended up finishing 6th, which is kind of ironic because at the last round I was at table 2. I won, so I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, I'm at least going to get top 4. But the way Yu-Gi-Oh! Tiebreakers work, anyway, kind of crazy. Ended up only getting 6, which still got a map, so let's get straight into the deck profile, guys. Alright guys, so here it is. I do want to start by saying I was not main decking hand traps, and it actually paid off. You know, there was times where I did get a little bit nervous. I actually played Dark World, which was freaking scary, probably my scariest matchup. So we're going to start off. We're going to have 3 Mirror Swords Knight. This is probably the best illusion card that has been made. It's a monster negate in the grave, and it is a quick effect, tribute for cost, special summon. Cornfield Codal, this gets you to this. 3 Gazelle. Gazelle is also another awesome card. The New Girl, Nightmare Apprentice. This card is cracked. A lot of hands, you can do a lot of chain blocking. It can get you a starter. It just does a lot. Also helps with siding. Sometimes you just side one out. I'll talk about siding patterns later. I think that really helped with this deck. But the deck was so good just by itself. Like, I did not side that much. I mean, I did, but I didn't side in a lot of stuff. Like, a lot of my side deck went unused. We're going to go 1 Master Tau the Enchanter. Master Tau the Enchanter. So you got 2 Baphomet, 1 Master Tau, and then 1 Diabells. This card is the anti-spell fragrance, and it is crazy. It's basically an anti-spell fragrance. And then 3 Chimera Fusion. Anybody playing 2 of this card, just do not even play the deck. Don't even waste your time playing the deck if you're going to play only 2. This card is insane for blocking, dodging Imperm, Veiler, Mourner, whatever. It's freaking just crazy. Okay, so let's get into the branded engine. The branded engine, I love it. Love the branded engine. I've liked it for a long time. It's just too good. It's too good. So we're gonna go 3 branded fusion. This definitely won me games. 2 Albaz, because you want to be able to recur. You know, I mean, Albion effects. You don't want to just get a branded fusion uselessly. And then the Hex Seal. This is basically a branded package. So, I mean, this is basically a branded card. But yeah, this is pretty much it. 6 cards. And none of them are really bricks. I mean, you can't call any of these cards bricks. Normal Summon Albaz, you know, it can do some stuff. And then the Hex Seal is always not too bad to have in hand. Just depends. The next package is our Fright Fur Patchwork. If you're playing this deck, again, you must play this package. This deck, I guess you could say it definitely won me games, and I would say it helped me secure games, if nothing else. So it is a 8-card package, 2 Poly, 3 Fright Fur Patchwork, 3 Edge Imp. A lot of people play weird little ratios with this, but there's a lot of times where you need one or the other to be able to search, because this can get you another discard for Super Poly, Droplets, Dragoon, whatever you need. 2 Poly. Seeing Poly is never bad in a fusion deck. I mean, you have to have a really bad hand for it to be bad. So that's that. And now for our, I guess you'd call it the secret sauce. Nothing crazy. We're going to go with 3 Droplets. And yes, I only have 1 QCR Droplets. I would like to have a playset, but I don't know. I don't want to spend that. Droplets was insane today. Freaking insane. 3 Super Poly. Super Poly was really good when it was good, and then at other times it just wasn't that good. And that's kind of what Super Poly is right now. It's just kind of meh, you know. But it's definitely staying in. 3 Talents. This is a good thing to side out, like at least one of them a lot of times. But when this card came up, it came up. I mean, I don't think, I would say, yeah, it won me 1 game, I would say, for sure. Or just, you know, it contributed to it. And then the one called by, I seen it when I needed it. and I didn't see it when I didn't need it, usually, you know? It was just one of those kind of cards. And then the one thing I did main was Tikaboo. It's kind of a win more card going first. Like, I think I might have seen this. I've seen it against Tenpai, and I think the game I used it against Tenpai, I still lost. And then another game, let's see. I don't even think I activated it. I think I won without even activating it. So, yeah, I don't think Tikaboo is staying in because there are games where it could win, you know. But yeah, that is it for the main deck. And you're going to ask, like, how did the board breakers perform over the hand traps? You know, in the Dark World matchup, that was terrifying. I'm like, please brick. It was game 3, and he bricked. So, you know, sometimes luck plays a little bit of into it. I mean, you're definitely risking it when you do that. Okay. But yeah, I sided Nib. That was the only hand trap that I had, and I don't even think I used it once. It's not that good by itself. So for our extra deck, we're gonna go Chimera the Illusion Beast. This guy's awesome. I made like a 4 material one of him. Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, he scooped, but I didn't even have to attack. We just went to the next game. To the next game, whatever I'm trying to say. Baphomet, one of him, he's the Foolish, and he's treated as the name. Basically, all these guys work the same, and then 2 of this guy. So, I'm debating on playing 2 of him instead of 2 of him because he's easier to get into a lot of times. He mainly needs a Beast and a Fiend. In an ideal world, I'd probably play 2 of each, but you don't want to. I don't know. I don't know what I would cut. I really don't. I really don't know what I'd cut. Okay, so that's it for this package. Now we're gonna go for the branded package. Look, I've got to talk about Rimbrum. Rimbrum is so broken. Oh my gosh, people were reading this card. I mean, I think they just couldn't believe how good this card is. It is a negate for any monster in the extra. I mean, any monster, any extra deck monster, and it's a non-targeting return to hand. Crazy. Like they were just like, I think they were hoping that it didn't do what I said it did, but it does. It's broken. I would say this probably won me like 2 games by itself. Or worst case, it just puts you in a really good position. Albion, it's just mandatory in a branded deck. Lubellion, it's just kind of mandatory, and it's like one you don't go into a lot. But it's just good. Mirajade is really good. But I just don't summon it a lot because we play the honorary branded card, the Dragoon. Let me put this over here. You can see it. I mean, anytime I can go into this, usually if I make it that far, I could just go into that. So Dragoon's just better than this. But on the crackback, sometimes you can make this, and then that's kind of crazy. All right, so let's go into the other, like the more miscellaneous stuff. Like I said, this is just an honorary branded card. Dragoon, like, I can't remember if I lost any games when I summoned Dragoon. Like, I don't think I lost 1 game summoning Dragoon. All right, Super Poly package. I'll talk about these last ones later. Again, Super Poly is also good in this deck to fuse away your own stuff sometimes to get the effects off. You know, Super Poly, it just is what it is. You gotta have these. Dragon Spelia is a really good card. I would say this probably won me 1 game. This card right here, maybe 1 or 2. But yeah, Dragon Spelia, good. Because sometimes you can fuse your own stuff away. And a lot of times you can just get it back with this deck's so recursive. 2 Guardian Chimera. As soon as I put this to 1, I'm probably going to want another. But I think you could play this at 1 and probably be fine, but I don't know. It gives you a lot of options on the crackback. So I'm going to probably keep it like this. I mean, this card's crazy. You can make it draw you 2, pop 1, or pop 2, draw 1. You know, it just depends on what it is. And a lot of times it's chain blocked as far as the, so it can't be ashed a lot of the times. And then the last card, I do want to talk about this one by itself. So I never really understood this card in the beginning and its utility. in its entirety. So this card you can, if you get like have a greedy combo, and you can make this at the end to put one, you can put a fusion spell back, draw one, and this is also a destroy, a quick effect destroy on your opponent's turn. When another card or its effect is activated, you can banish one polymerization spell or fusion spell from your graveyard, then target one card on the field, destroy it. You can only use each effective magnet and reliever once per turn. Yeah, so yeah, it's kind of crazy card. I never really understood it to begin with, but yeah, and once you use this effect, I mean, you can just use this fusion fodder. I mean, it's really good. But yeah, I mean, that's it. I'm just going to show you my side deck since it really doesn't matter at this point for those that want to see it. So I decided 3 skill drain because I can make big bodies. But in a lot of the matchups, I was like, yeah, it kind of hurts me worse than it hurts them, other than like Tempai. But what I didn't want against Tempai was to like brick up my deck to have a subpar board with just skill drain and then lose to like 1 lightning storm. 3 D barrier. This is like probably the only card I sided in a lot. And then yeah, I sided in. I don't think it ever came up. D barrier came up. Actually, I'm trying to remember. I don't know. I can't remember if I resolved it one time. But it's good to have against Tempai. I had 2 Tempai matchups. So 3 evenly matched. I think I sided this in like once and I didn't see it. In theory, it was good, but with a good hand, I can just play through it, and I really need the battle phase to help lock it down. So this will probably be changing. Nib will probably be changing. And then this is a weird ratio. Lightning Storm, 2 Lightning Storm, 3 Cosmic. I couldn't find my Duster. Well, I think I'd already made my list by the time I found it, and whatever. It actually came up. I got the one of. This card is good. You know, when you see it, just forces interaction. I'd probably cut some of this stuff, max out on this Cyclone, and probably go Duster, and I have a Duster, just to have more back row removal. And then I'd probably side like Imperm, just so I have something to do on their turn, you know, that doesn't punish me like by talents. But yeah guys, appreciate you watching the video. Like I said, here is the mat. Pretty cool mat, Saphira. Voiceless. I'm not playing Voiceless anymore, but I think I'll keep it. You know, pretty cool. Yeah, thanks for watching the video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.